Yo, what's poppin', Patreon family? It's your boy 232 once again, and we are back with the second Patreon video. You know what I'm saying? Last weekend we discussed the root chakra, which is the first chakra out of the seven. So this weekend we will be discussing the sacral chakra, which is the second chakra out of the seven. We're going up in order, and I will be posting a video on one of the chakras every Sunday following. So next week is going to be the solar plexus, and then the heart, and so on and so forth. Now, the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is the second chakra of the seven chakras, commonly associated with the color orange, and it is known by its Sanskrit name, Svadhisthana. This is how you spell it: Svadhisthana. Svadhisthana. And in Sanskrit, that means one's own abode, one's home. The sacral chakra is located in your lower belly area and your upper pelvic area. So all right here is where your sacral chakra would be at, essentially. It is associated with the element water, so that kind of hints at how it would be if your sacral chakra is balanced. You know what I'm saying? You kind of just flow with things. And we'll get into that later once we go through all the details. Y'all niggas know that I got my notes and shit, you know what I'm saying? A whole bunch. It's like 6 pages in this hoe this time. But yeah, let's get into it. Your sacral chakra houses creativity, relationships, and sexuality, more or less. So the energy of the sacral chakra is the power of partnerships, how we begin to relate to others outside the family tribe, the creative exploration of life and relationships, sexuality, and discovering the power of choice. It resonates with our need for relationships and our need to control/create dynamics of our physical world. And it shifts from obeying the tribal family authority, which is the root chakra shit, and allows us to discover satisfying relationships and interests of our own. So, more or less what I was getting from the research on the sacral chakra is this is like what I guess I would call like the freedom chakra, you know what I'm saying? Where you're experimenting, finding out things that work for you and shit like that. However, if your root chakra is out of balance, trying to balance your sacral chakra is not really going to do much for you, because all you will be doing is carrying all of the imbalanced things from your root chakra to your sacral chakra. So like I said inside the root chakra video, you have to tackle that first, because you have to start at the base. If you have a shifty base, then the rest of your tower is going to be the same way. And I know like a lot of people like to, you know, when they get into meditation, they want to jump straight into the super spiritual chakras like your fucking pineal and your crown chakra and stuff, but it's not beneficial at the end of the day. The sacral chakra is creative in nature, and the focus is allowing one to discover what they enjoy, to form hobbies, create loving and exciting relationships, and creativity in the bedroom, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to make shit a little spicy and shit like that while you having sex and all that, that's your sacral chakra at work 9 times out of 10. And as you can see, the sacral chakra is related to sex, and so is the root chakra, because as I stated, the first 3 chakras, which are your root, your solar plexus, your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus, my bad, are chakras dealing with the physical, the material, tangible things, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's centered on personal identity or personal play in the external world and how it responds to the seductive forces of the physical world. It's the foundation of a healthy ego that allows us to interact with the world without selling ourselves short or pretending to be someone we're not. Alright. So, the sacral chakra has a lot to do with pleasure, and it can be pleasure in the form of sex, pleasure in the form of just like foods you like to eat, you know what I'm saying? Doing something you enjoy. That's what pleasure is. So doing something you enjoy. How the sacral chakra relates to sex is it essentially governs what turns you on. You know what I'm saying? And what does it say here? Oh, it also correlates to physical things we find pleasure in, such as painting, fishing, writing erotic poetry, me making music. If you like to roller skate, if you like to go ride bikes, if you like to hop on a swing or some shit, you like to play basketball, any of those things that bring you enjoyment, that's what the sacral chakra deals with. And being that the sacral chakra is in this area, it is connected to the womb. And with that being said, and with the sacral chakra governing the creative parts of things, it literally gives us the opportunity to birth the life that we want if we have a balanced sacral chakra. As it says here, the sacral chakra teaches us all about having the power to realize and utilize your talent to express the life you want to lead. Teaches us every relationship we create, from the casual to the most intimate, has a purpose, no matter how painful, to help us become consciously aware of our karma and ourselves. So that is the purpose of the sacral chakra, is to help you understand yourself, to help you understand the things that you enjoy and don't enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times that process might not be pretty. Sometimes that process is beautiful. So it all just depends on how you do it. Life has ups and downs just like everything else. And through this, it helps us remember also that nobody is perfect and that we all got our own shit with us. So you got to practice patience. We're all beautifully flawed in our own personal way. I already said that the sacral chakra is connected to the womb, so that allows us to birth the life that we want if it's balanced. If you have it centered, you have it balanced, then you will be able to create the life that you want, because you have no fear of anything, no fear of judgment, no fear to try new things or nothing like that. So you can just easily get up and go forge your own life, your own path, all of that shit. Let us see. Now we're going to get into signs of imbalance inside of the sacral chakra. So, much like the root, like I said earlier, the sacral chakra and probably the solar plexus as well are all neglected because people just want to hop straight up to the crown and the pineal, the throat, the heart chakra. They want to do all the spiritual things and want to get the spiritual boost out of meditation and shit like that, which is cool. But ultimately, if you're trying to rise your kundalini or something, or you're just trying to get them all aligned, it would be more beneficial to start from the bottom to the top. But a lot of illnesses that originate via the sacral chakra are manifested through the fear of losing control in relationships, and anything that we've created. Is the fear of losing control that causes these ailments within us. Because, like I said, the sacral chakra is connected to water, so the purpose is to flow. In the back of my head, I keep that shit in the back of my head. So control is like an illusion, damn near. Like you said, difficulties arise when we cannot create the physical expression of our life outside the tribal authority of our first chakra. In this case, we bring baggage from the Muladhara into the sacral. Common health issues that stem from imbalance are chronic lower back pain, arthritis, genital or sexual problems, and hip issues. Imbalance can also manifest into low confidence, lack of motivation, lack of creativity, low libido, difficulty orgasming, difficulty giving birth, urinary problems, infertility, lack of interest, the inability to create intimate connections. And this is another one of those things where I feel like a lot of people probably have an imbalanced sacral chakra. I've definitely felt the results of my sacral chakra being imbalanced, because there's been plenty of times where I've felt unmotivated to make music, unmotivated to do anything really. I even had a time in my life where I wasn't able to make intimate connections and relationships like that. I was kind of just going through the motions. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people like that. So those are all signs of imbalance in the sacral chakra. Now, let us see here, because there's something that I wanted to say. Yes. Now, when it comes to the imbalances of the sacral chakra, a lot of that is caused by our society, because we live in a society where feelings aren't cool, and it's not cool to be passionate or to express your feelings, because everybody is so scared to lose control or to look like they're losing control. Like I said, control is an illusion. At the end of the day, we're humans. You have feelings, you have emotions, you have passion. You're supposed to, at least. So let that shit rock. Because when you feel like you're not supposed to express your feelings, and you're not supposed to express your passions, you're not supposed to be emotional, and you're not supposed to lose control, then you get disconnected from your feelings, you get disconnected from your bodies, you're no longer catching those signals anymore. You know what I'm saying? You feel a certain way for a reason. So acknowledge that. Another thing, dealing with society and just like the culture of America, that could cause people to have an imbalanced sacral chakra is when it comes to sexuality. Because on one hand, it's really glorified and magnified and super in your face, and then on the other hand, it's completely rejected. So this can cause people to be over sexual, hypersexual, or it can cause them to be very reserved. So yeah, those are both things that tie into people's sacral chakras being blocked. Now, healing the sacral chakra. I was doing the research, and it was saying things like dancing as if you're the only person in the world can help you start to heal your sacral chakra, in addition to the meditation and just doing the groundwork and figuring out the things that are blocking you from flowing and feeling confident enough to go out and make decisions, feeling confident enough to be yourself, feeling confident enough to try things. You know what I'm saying? Also, making love during the sunrise. And I'm just going to assume that is because the sacral chakra is associated with the color orange, and in the morning during sunrise and also at sunset, the sun is orange. And also, sunrises, they kind of are synonymous or symbolize new beginnings, and that's what the sacral chakra is all about. It's about forging your own path, creating your own path, creating new beginnings, trying new things and shit like that. So that's why I would assume that that's pivotal or key in helping to heal the sacral chakra. Uh, Getting creative in any form or manner, whatever you do, if you draw, you sing, you write, you paint, whatever it is, just get creative. Keep a journal to help you let go of any negative emotions. I have one of those. I bought it in like November. Didn't even know that that was one of the things, but that's very cool to know. And just know to yourself that you're the only one that can create any of the loving relationships or the life that you want. The power is in your hands. You have to know that. You have to own that. You have to feel that inside of yourself. You feel me? Some crystals are fire opal or opal. I hope I said that right. Um, and then carnelian. Those were the only two. I got carnelian in my ear right here. Shout out to my girl. When it comes to aromatherapy, sandalwood, jasmine, and ylang, or lang lang. I don't know if the Y is silent or not, but it's spelled YLANG, and you just do that twice. So that's for aromatherapy. Oh, my bad. More signs of imbalance are addictions. addictions to drugs, addictions to sex, addiction to gambling, addiction to money, and repressed emotions. I skipped over that. That was part of my imbalance section. Didn't see that. When your sacral chakra is balanced, you're a passionate person. You're present in your body. You're sensual again. You're creative. You're connected to your emotions, so you feel things. You're connected to your body. You have the ability to take risks. You're not afraid to jump out the window or jump off the porch. You know what I'm saying? Like people were always telling me that I'm jumping off the porch, and that's another thing too. Don't let yourself be so moved by outside opinions that you don't listen to yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like there's a risk that needs to be taken, then take that risk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like every single fucking thing is gonna work out, but don't be afraid to take that risk. The resilience to recover when things go wrong is a sign of having a balanced chakra, because I guess if something goes wrong and like all you're thinking about from jump is like, how do I fix this? How do I get out of this spot? How do that's kind of like a fear, you know what I'm saying? Just like know within yourself that the universe got you and flow with it. If it happened for a reason at the end of the day. A person with a balanced sacral chakra can survive financially and physically on their own. They form harmonious bonds and friendships. And yeah. At the end of the day, when you have a balanced sacral chakra, when your source energy for creativity, sexuality, and relationships, good relationships, healthy relationships, is aligned and is balanced, then you will come out of it a confident and empowered individual. You're going to feel like can't shit stop you. You feel me? At least that's how I took it. Let me see what else we got. It looks like that is about it. Yeah, that's about it. So now we're gonna get into the mudras for the sacral chakra, and the first one that I stated inside the little 5-minute video or some shit when I did the 7 chakras for all 7 mudras. The first one we're gonna do is a very, very simple one, where you take your right hand, you put it in your left hand like so, like you're cupping it. You join your thumbs, and you sit that in your lap. You sit that in your lap during your meditation. The second one, you're gonna join your hands like this. Take your middle fingers, bring them over your index fingers. You're gonna take your thumbs and push them up to meet your middle fingers until everything is like scrunched up like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna look like that. That's how it looks. And then the third one, you're gonna take your index fingers, same way like the second one, all fingers touching like this. You take your index fingers, you put them over your middle fingers. You bring your thumbs up the same way you did last time, and then you let these open. So it's gonna look like that. All right. There was no instruction on where to hold this, so I'm just gonna assume you hold it wherever it's comfortable. Right around here, your lower stomach should be fine. And yeah, there are a couple more mudras, but they're like a little bit more complicated. I'm gonna put a link to that video inside the description of this video in case you guys want to get into that. And yeah, I'm gonna see y'all niggas next week, man. This was everything that I learned on the sacral chakra. I'm gonna be doing more work with this, and you know, a week is not really a long time for me to sit with the meditations and actually work them myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still working on my root chakra and balancing my root chakra, but to learn about what's gonna be forthcoming in my journey is fairly informative and is fairly beneficial. So I hope you guys benefited from this, and if there's any type of information that you guys find on your own that you would like to share with me, please do so. Like I told you before, I'm not a teacher. I'm here to learn just like everybody else. So I hope that this helped you guys, and I'm going to see y'all next week to discuss the solar plexus, man. 2 out. Much love.